Hey folks, Dave here, and this is still my knife box. My first OTF. This is the first OTF I ever bought, and my opinions on the Microtook Ultratech are incredibly mixed. It's a beautiful, beautiful knife, not very useful for me. Please, for future reference for anyone watching this, please play with one. Go somewhere and handle it before you order. Because just because something is good or even great, like this thing, does not mean that it is specifically for you. Just because it's good doesn't mean it's good for you. It's generally good words to live by. The other native, the Maximat native I already showed you, this is my S35 version. Again, the lightweight. I bought this from a guy in a hospital parking lot, I think, along with one of my other Delicas, which is currently in my car. And my bag lighter, I think. And a Tucson? No. He tried to sell me a Tucson, but I didn't know who they were at the time, so I didn't buy it. I think that's how that story runs. This is the S90 version. This is the S90V version of the Spyderco Delica with that beautiful blue backspacer. This, I think, is also, or was also, the Bladeworks exclusive. This is the M390 version from Bento Box. Again, just beautiful and laser screaming sharp the first when I first got it out of the box. And here we have the better Boker automatic. This is the Strike in D2 steel. I don't know why they made this thing in D2 coated, but not the other thing. It's a great frustration for me, but this is a good knife. This one has a safety where the Kalashnikov doesn't. This one has a sensible pocket clip with a ramp that is way too high. The Kalashnikov, it's a good knife. It's a decent knife. Carried this for a really long time for work and served me very well. Then we have the Rats. This one's the R2D2, and this one is my recently combrated, sorry, Snaggletooth. I like you as a company, and I like your ideas. I don't think I like your products. But this is the Rat 1. And the way that I have this set up, obviously I have the holes individually punched. This thing just came as the, I forgot the word, edit here. But with the foam, cuticle foam, whatever. But to get the sizing right, I put little pieces of the extra foam and little pieces of paper towel down in the slots for the smaller knives. So you can see it, you can't. That's because this one has a little bit of paper towel. That's how I got around that. The second SOG to be in this box, is the SOG Flash in the Tanto version. This is really the only budget thing that SOG makes that I have really any kind of respect for, which is unfortunate, but they seem to be turning it around recently. Their 2021 release video just came out. I'm very much hoping to put a couple more SOGs in here. The OTF has the Coyote gray handles, or the Earth Dark gray handles. I'm very excited for that. Hopefully they do some more stuff on the budget side, which wasn't in that release video except for the pop sockets. I do know that on their website they have the Stout, I think it is, listed, which that should be a budget model. I don't know why it wasn't in their video, whatever. Come on, SOG, you can do it. We're all cheering for you, Dave. Next we have some Kershaws. This is the bare knuckle, and legitimately one of the best flippers ever made. This is the, this is the Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive with the black handle and 20 CV blade. Of course, I purchased this immediately and then realized that they also have a version that is a black blade. And then a couple of weeks later, Knife Center released their version with a black blade and a bronze handle, which I wish, not like bronze, but bronze anodized, like a more of an earthy coyote. And that is the superior version. But this is still insanely good. We have a couple of blurs here, continuing with my obsession with tiger striped Tontos. Tiger stripes and Tontos, this combines the two. And this, continuing my obsession with M4, which might be one of my favorite knife steel. This is from Kershaw.com. They're exclusive. I forgot the name of the thing that they're running, but Kershaw.com is running small batch exclusives just through them. They do have they did have another M4 version that was in a beautiful blue handle. This one is more of a gray. I like that Kershaw is doing that. I wish that it would be more consistent. If you're doing a good thing, do it consistently, but whatever. Kershaw Launch. Recently got asked the question by Daniel Shepard, great YouTube channel, go check him out, what automatic knife I would recommend for about $100. From all the ones that we've talked about, the Boker Strike and Kalashnikov, that's about 30 to 40. The Benchmades, you're running 100 to 200. The Kershaw Launches, which I have two here, good blade steel, 154 cm, aluminum handles, good materials, good quality control, great designs. They've got 13 of them by this point. Kershaw Launch, they're all about $100, $120. The smaller ones are 70 to 80. Go check them out. That would be my recommendation. And those were both Blade HQ exclusives. And actually switched. The black blade came with the tiger stripe handle, so I got both of them so that I could switch blades. This is a Benchmade Dividend M390 version. I forgot where this came from. I don't think this is an exclusive anywhere. I think this is a standard run. This is a Walmart exclusive. And of course I had to get it because it's a khaki handle with a black blade. The Dividend is incredible, and just the standard version is my kitchen knife, because this is the thinnest, sliciest thing in the world and stays sharp for a decent amount of time. Even the 420C version that's in there. M390 is great, the base model is still solid and relatively inexpensive. The last Gerber, I think, no, not the last Gerber, because we have, I did it. Okay, so this is the Gerber M-Power, I think, the most prettiest version of it. S30V, about $120. This is a fine automatic. Unfortunately, it's gotten, not in the habit, it's done this the whole time I've had it, of not locking up properly when it opens. I don't know if I need to take the pivot out and try to cinch it down or something like that. I don't know why it does that, but either that's the M-Power or the Defender or something. There's another version of it that's aluminum handles and a drop point. There's another version that's Tonto with G10 handles. They're the same knife, just those two differences, and they have different names. I forgot which one's the M-Power. This is a Boker Dozier, K-Bar Dozier, not Boker, I apologize. The K-Bar Dozier in D2 that they recently released with their Space Force handle and the bronzed out blade. It's an interesting color choice. The Space Force ones with the gray knife, I think, would have looked a little bit better. But this thing's sick. It's just interesting. Great little budget knife. This is the actual last Gerber on the list, and this is no, it's not, I apologize, I keep saying that. This is the Sedulo. This is basically Gerber's entry into a reptilian clone, and it falls down in a lot of places, but I think it's overall pretty good. Pretty good. I'm excited to get around to doing my review on that. My favorite OTF at the moment, Kalashnikov OTF with D2 blade. Obviously, this is an incredibly polarizing knife because it's the ugliest thing in the world. This technically is an automatic, and I also recommend this. And this is about $120, $115. So, depending on what you want. Great little knife. This, I worked in a truck company for a little bit, just a sweet little jaunt. And one of my customers left this in the truck, and I didn't really have any way of getting in touch with them, so I kept it. I don't know what this is. Obviously it's a balisong. It's, I don't know, some variety of gas station knife. I keep intending to like practice with this and start learning how to butterfly. This is my Kizer Alieron. This is S35 titanium handles, and I bought it for 30 bucks at Walmart, $50 at Walmart, because the computer system changed the price for some reason. It was normally listed for like 90. I don't know. It was my first knife with S30V or with S35 or with titanium, and I don't carry it very much, but I do love this thing. It's an intense clip point, none can deny. Then is the steel wheel cut jack. This I ordered when it first came out because cut jack blew up the budget world by being able to offer D2 steel and a decent design and construction for relatively cheap. That's less uncommon now, which is why you don't hear very much about this thing. But the path that Civivi, CJRB, Artisan Cutlery, I forgot, no, CJRB is theirs. Whatever, Kizer Vanguard, the path that they are all running down was kinda blazed, most recently before them, was kinda blazed by the steel wheel cut jack. I don't super like this knife. I bought it as a hype beast when I was younger, dumber, and more influential. More easily influenced. But, it's fine. I wouldn't have bought it had I not been influenced, but make sure that you actually want the things that you think you want. The Benchmade Barrage, yes, Benchmade Mini Barrage in the 154 CM. This, I love that Osborne is, I assume he's Australian, I don't know, but his personal logo is a boomerang. Interesting little knife. Not a huge fan, you know, evidence says otherwise, but I'm not a huge fan of assisted access locks. But as small as this is, it doesn't fight you nearly as much as the big one. Between the two Barrages, I honestly think this one is much, much better. Then my Leathermans, I've got Leatherman all across the place. These are the two that I keep in this knife box because this box usually stays up on my desk. And again, I've got Leatherman around the place, but these two are always in a set location, which I appreciate. This is the Skeletal, the Cabela's exclusive. Well, both of these are in, I'm gonna argue objectively, because I don't know how that word works, the best possible colorway. Coyote on black, it's just so sexy. Skeletal, rebar, you know them, you love them. I'll talk more in depth about them at a later date. Gosh darn, everything in the world should be this color, which would kind of ruin it, but one can hope. And then the last few, I recently had to open up my last little line of 3 spacers because I ran out of room because of the Spyderco's. That's the ProTech Strider. I've really kind of enunciated all of my thoughts on this thing. I don't really have anything new to add from that, except that hot dog, is it snappy and straight up sexy. This is the last Gerber in the box. This is the Gerber Sumo. I recently did my work week video recently dropped on this, and it's so much better than I was expecting, and like it's weirdly good. This thing confuses me. As far as $30 go, it's not a bad investment, but the existence of this confuses me. And finally, Kizer Sheepdog. Again, also recently released my work week video on this. And this, I don't think I was able to convey in that video how much I genuinely appreciate this thing. Micarta handles incredible action. My biggest problem with it is that I prefer to carry my phone in my back pocket. If I had more pants with the cell phone pocket, which I actually do now since the making of this video, more work pants with that pocket. I genuinely think that I would like this knife more if I were able to put my phone in other locations. Unfortunately, not the case, so this thing gets bumped. If you enjoyed this, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions, please let me know down below. And other than that, what's your collection look like? Make a video, link it to me. I'd legitimately like to see, or see a conversation on what your favorite knives are and why. Do you have a particular carry system? Are you as specific in your grid patterns as I can sometimes be? Let me know, and other than that, y'all have a great day. Bye.